The next step in the process of initialization would be to define our vendors, employees, customers, etc. Let's go ahead and pull up the Define Vendors screen. In the Define Vendors screen, we have the ability to cycle through all of the vendors that are currently defined on the system. We can go to the top of the list, we can go to the bottom of the list. We can locate a specific vendor by using the pick list. Let me show you how the pick list works. In the software, in many places, we've provided pick lists to show you all of the available records from a table. In the pick list, the first thing that you'll notice is that we're seeing more than just one or two fields. As we arrow across, we have the entire database structure available to us. So if we know we're looking for a vendor, and we have several vendors with the same or similar names, we can see the address, the contact person, whatever fields of information might help us to recognize that we're finding the right vendor. We also have the ability to do a quick lookup. Every time you press the F8 key in the pick list, it will toggle the search order to different search orders that may be available. In this situation, I can do a search based on the vendor name, in which case I would just start typing and it would bring me to the name that I want. If I decide that I want to back up, I can use the backspace key to clear out the value that I'm seeing. And each time I toggle the order, it also clears it. If I wanted to search for somebody based on their vendor number, I hit F8 until I come into the vendor number key, and then I start typing, and it will look for the vendor that matches. When I select a record from the pick list and hit enter, it'll pull that item into the current form or the current field, depending on what we're looking at. Let's go ahead and, now that we've selected a vendor, let's modify this vendor. Pressing the modify key puts us in a modify mode, where we can make any changes that we want to make, and then when we're finished, if we want to keep them, we press save. If we want to revert back to the record before we started editing it, then we can press cancel. In this situation, let's look at the information that's available in a vendor record. We have the name of the vendor, the contact person for that vendor. We have the terms, our terms with that vendor as a written description so that it's a little bit more meaningful to look at, and then also broken down mathematically in terms of the percent discount we receive. If we pay the invoice in 10 days, we receive a 2% discount, and the invoices are due in full in 30 days. The software will use these values in the accounts payables module to help you select invoices that you want to pay based on discounts that are still available if you choose to do it that way. We also allow you to have a fixed discount day if your vendor tells you that each invoice is due by the following 10th of the month, and you can receive a discount. Then you can put the fixed discount day in there. The software supports the assignment of vendor types so that you can have vendor types broken out to help you in some of your reporting and organization. Their address information is stored here, along with telephone, fax, and the account, which would be your account number with that vendor. On the second page, we have a shipping address in case we need to send anything back to that vendor. We have their address stored there. Shipping, phone, fax. We also allow you to track the email address of that vendor, to have that on file. The website, where you can go to find information or place orders or whatever. That's their company website. And then finally, the default GL account. The default GL account is the account that invoices from that vendor will typically be billed against. And then when you create a vendor invoice or a manual check, then the default account that goes against will be the account that you specify here as the default general ledger account. That can always be overridden, or you can add multiple accounts, but here in the definition of the vendor you can define one default account for that vendor. If we wanted to create a new vendor, we could press the add button. We'll get a new blank screen. You'll notice that you do have to assign your vendor number. Those have to be unique, and we recommend that you find a meaningful methodology for doing that. If we don't really want to create a new record, then we can press cancel. Or if we have a vendor that we wanted to delete, we could press the delete key and get rid of that vendor. I'm going to go ahead and keep both of the values that we have in here right now.